Let's change tracks again. Let's talk about an invader that is affecting our urban areas. This is the red palm weevil, just found officially in Laguna Beach in September 2010. This is a big insect. It's about this big. It's an extremely beautiful weevil. People, I think, will kind of find it attractive. Well, I do. This insect is considered to be the world's most devastating insect pest of palm trees. And how many of you have noticed palm trees in California? That's a bit better. I think there are 8 hands raised this time. Okay, we have a lot of ornamental palms growing all around the campus and up and down the streets. We have a date industry that's worth $30 million a year. The ornamental palm industry is worth about $70 million a year. But I ask you, what is the value of our native palm oases out in the Anza Borrego? Priceless? Probably. And are they going to be vulnerable to attack by these palm weevils? The red striped form of red palm weevil or the orange type of palm weevil? So the invasion history. What I want to emphasize with this very cluttered slide, and I made it intentionally like that, you can see a lot of countries listed here, starting in 1920 right through to 2009. All these countries. All of these countries have received the orange form of red palm weevil. Everywhere. It's orange. In California, we were prepared for this insect. What color do you think we'd expect to see? Orange. Well, we didn't get the orange one. We got this red stripe. So where did that come from? Everybody else got orange, but Laguna Beach and the OC got the flashy red stripe form. How did that happen? How did the red stripe form of red palm weevil come to Southern California? Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. Starting in about August 2010, guys that look after the palm trees started noticing that these palm trees were dying and the tops were falling off them. And when they looked inside, they noticed some big grubs and some strange-looking beetles. I thought, well, this is odd. We have never seen this before. We've been looking after palm trees for about 30 years and we've never seen these. So they told us about it. And I went down to this tree in September 2010, dug around the inside of it, and found the live red palm weevil. The first official record of red palm weevil in Southern California came from this tree in Laguna Beach. And this is what we noticed, that they do a lot of feeding damage to the bases of the fronds, and they tunnel up through the fronds, they get into the trunk of the tree, and then as the larvae feed inside the tree, you can see there's hundreds of them feeding, they turn the inside of the tree to mush. And that mush ferments and it stinks. It smells like baby diarrhea. And when it's on your hands, it takes about 4 days to get rid of it. But you can see the damage done in that palm tree. That tree had been completely hollowed out by those feeding weevils, and of course it died. And this is how red palm weevil kills palm trees. And it's a strong flyer. It's been estimated that it might be able to fly up to 3 to 4 miles in as little as a week. So there's high probability that it can disperse from these isolated palm trees in Laguna Beach. We've only found 7 palm trees infested so far. And we're doing very intensive monitoring out there to figure out where is red palm weevil, can we possibly eradicate it before it starts to spread. So, as I told you, everywhere in the world, the orange form has spread. The question for us is, how did we get the red stripe form? It is known from Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, and now Southern California. How did it go from these places to Southern California? Well, what we want to answer using genetic analyses is this question. Where in the area of origin here in Southeast Asia, where this red stripe form is native, how did this happen? How did it move to Laguna Beach? Palm tree imports into the United States have been banned for over a year now, maybe 18 months or longer. And all around the areas where we have found red palm weevil, there are no newly planted palm trees that could have brought the weevil in accidentally. So it's like, interesting. So we did some internet research, well, Christina did. And what we found is they're a very popular food source. Did somebody bring them to California because they wanted to eat them? So, we went overseas to find out how you do this. This is us collecting live larvae from infested coconuts in Sumatra. These are a delicacy in some of these countries. So you can see how big the grubs are.
It's like a lobster.
About 80% protein.
Lobster out of the cage. This is you're picking your evil larvae to eat. Which one will you eat today?
I'll do a bit something.
So now we're back at the homestead and we're cooking them up.
We call here arsik. This is the Karo people food here.
Okay, yes.
Like this one.
So this is the traditional Karoni people?
Yes, Karonese people.
So they prepared them in two different ways, curries and fried.
Fried chicken, but
They try one?
Yes, yes, yes. We don't
Try the California one first.
so before we fry this, we boil
Actually,
it.
very good.
It's true, I was surprised.
And then
I actually ate all of them, they were that good.
It's being cooked traditionally. They're not that bad. They're actually pretty good.
I was surprised.
In texture or flavor.
All right, the real test is when my wife Christina eats them, okay? If she can handle it, they can't be that bad.
California fry.
Actually, I agree that it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Try the traditional one.
You like the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Are they unpleasant to eat?
No, not at all.
They don't have a horrible flavour.
No,
They're not.
it's kind of like a little piece of seafood, like you would have a.
seafood, yeah.
Yeah, and they're fine.
Okay, so here's a scenario for you. If you're somebody that enjoys eating these larvae and you go home to Southeast Asia somewhere and you bring them back each time, you're kind of nervous going through the airport filling out that form. Got any live insects? Got any strange foods? You go, no, no, no. One time you get caught, you're busted. So maybe you feel relieved, oh God, I finally got them through okay. Look at all these palm trees growing around Laguna Beach. I'll just let these things go and then I won't have to worry about smuggling them into Southern California anymore. I can go out and harvest them whenever I like. Maybe that's how they came to Southern California. We don't know, it's a hypothesis. So what we are doing is we're going to use population genetics analyses to answer this question. We have collected, either personally or had our colleagues ship us red palm weevils from all these different places in the world. But then we went on our own collecting trip. We went to Indonesia and we visited Java and Sumatra and on to Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, because we were working in Pakistan on Asian citrus psyllid, which we'll get to in a minute. We had the opportunity to collect red palm weevils there too. So what we found in Indonesia was actually really interesting. The island of Java has the red striped form and the orange form of red palm weevil in about equal numbers. Then we flew up to Sumatra and started looking for it. We only found the red striped form of red palm weevil. And the people we were working with on the plantations up there, we said to them, got any orange weevils up here? And they look at it, what? We've never seen it. This weevil's orange? And I showed them some photos. They'd never seen it. So depending where you are, the color of the weevil may be all black with a red stripe, or a mixture of these two color morphs, or in Malaysia, anything goes, it seems. So we think we have very high genetic variation here, and we should be able to tease out the genetic variation, look at what California's population is like, and possibly figure out where California's red palm weevil came from.